What up, YouTube? Welcome to the first assembly of the Super Game Roominati. It's your dudes, Detroit Love, PDUBS, Arcade Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and RESTALGIA. In this episode of the Super Game Room Dudes, let's get it started.
Order! Order! It is time to bring the first council meeting of the Super Game Roominati to session. I call on silence from the crowd. Gentlemen, we have some serious things to discuss tonight. The future of home arcades will be decided. Are you guys ready?
Absolutely, baby. Let's do it.
Is everyone in the live chat ready? I don't think so. I don't see any red triangles in the live chat. If they were ready, they would put red triangles in the live chat. There you go.
Look how pink my hands are.
There you go. And we have the gavel of justice right here.
Look how perfect that triangle is.
First order of business, my friends, we have to take a vote on the future of a certain product. So, Michael B., walk us through, in the home arcade space, who were the companies that have released 3/4 scale pinball machines?
We have Toy Shock. We have At Games, but that might be a little bit bigger than 3/4 scale. That's 90% scale. We have Arcade 1-Up, and we have Well Played.
Why did Arcade 1-Up have to get that number there? Why did that? It's like Toy Shock and those guys. Why'd you do
Luck of the draw. Luck of the draw.
That's the order they came out.
Yes, that was the order that they came out. So the question for everyone in the live chat is going to be quite simple. We do have a lot of initiates here. They're taking their first journey into joining the order of the black and red light of the Super Game Roominati, and we need to find out what we should do about Well Played Arcade. Do we allow them to return? RESTALGIA, what are your thoughts? Is there room for Well Played Arcade to return with a new pinball machine?
No.
Thoughts as to why?
Because they dropped the ball pretty hard on this one. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think that there's any need for them to come back into the space unless they have access to some sort of IP that is just so much different than everybody else at this point. There's nothing that their machine offers that you can't get from somebody else.
What about you, Michael B. the Game Genie? I know how much you love them, just like Flanders.
I believe they should have replaced the word pinball with At Games. That's what they were missing. It should have been Legends Pinball everywhere it's in pinball. No, I believe that Well Played's time has come, and it is for us to tank them. I believe we sink them.
I mean, with the power of the Ruminati, we control the future of home arcades.
I believe it's best that we get a YouTuber with possibly less than 8,000 subscribers to make a nasty video about them that will destroy their community.
Yes, we should absolutely.
Well, I qualify, so let me do it. But yeah, they I don't know how well played they were, but they weren't well marketed. So they did a lousy job of getting the word out. So I think they shot themselves in the foot. So with or without our vote, it's 2 thumbs down.
Well, it's not just up to us. Although we are on the council and although we report to the Grand Wizard of the Arcade Illuminati, the sect of the Ruminati still has to take our initiates' votes into consideration. And there is a live poll in the chat where we will decide the Super Game Roominati, the future of Well Played. Make sure you guys answer that question and let's see what happens. So, me personally, I think I voted no. I don't think there's room for Well Played Arcade. I think Arcade 1-Up and At Games are enough. I love the people in the live chat really getting into it. So let it be written. So let it be done. I saw another good one too. Where is it? Where is it? we must sacrifice Toy Shock's blood to the Dark Lord so that the others may gain its collective power. You guys watch a lot of fantasy movies. Jaster gave us a $2 super chat. Illuminati Unite. Saw another good one too. Where is it? Oh, make sure we don't have an echo there, guys. Make sure you don't have the stream on. We only have 72 votes in the live chat, but I think we can go ahead and end our poll. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of Well Played Arcade has been decided by the home arcade Ruminati. 76% voted no, guys. Well Played is dead. It's over. We cast them out.
I'm blown away. 26% of people voted yes.
Allow me for a sidebar conversation. This isn't official business, but I would like to speak my mind on.
Hey.
I would like to speak my mind on the company. It's unfortunate because realistically, you want to see everybody succeed. This whole place grows,
Sure.
the whole hobby grows when everybody does well. But someone said earlier, they really dropped the ball on what they were doing, and it was kind of like a half-baked idea. They didn't engage the community enough. They only really went through Cool Toy, didn't really talk to anybody else. They could have got some heads up ahead of time to put themselves on a better course if maybe they had reached out to some more people and done some testing. So I don't think they have anybody else to blame but themselves, and maybe Act Games for getting all the Zachariah games too. But it's unfortunate.
Oh man, I love the people in the live chat. So
And maybe Cool Toy to blame a little bit because he didn't have the ROMs.
yeah, he should give them more ROM. Stringer Films, $2 super chat. They may return only if they waterproof their cabs. Was it ever confirmed if they lost a container? Was that ever confirmed? I don't know if it was. If it did, they kept it close to their
anything. They never confirmed anything unless Cool Toy said.
Yeah, if you want to talk about a secret society, talk about Well Played, because nobody could get any information out of it. They only talked to Cool Toy. That was it.
Recorded it. Oh my goodness, you guys are so funny. So funny. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Let's see. Oh, you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that?
Is it the line?
It might be the line. Hang on. Hang on. Hold on, guys. It is the Illuminati hotline phone, ladies and gentlemen. We just got a call from the Grand Master. Yeah, we're live right now. Yeah, we took care of Well Played. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Well Played is dead. Yeah, we took care of it. Yeah, it's done. It's done. You want another video slandering Unico? All right, here. I'm going to text you OTG's phone number. All right, cool. All right. Later, John. I mean, sir. All right. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, is he calling again? Is he calling again? What? Yeah. We'll talk about the alphanumeric scoreboards on the Dragon's Lair cabinet. All right, I'm busy. This guy. All right, he's going to voicemail this time. He's always calling. He's always calling the hotline, trying to get us to do things. Mike, it's ridiculous. We should change our number. All right. So next up on our order of voting dockets is the SNK license. Mike, while I get this prepared, tell people what's going on with SNK and how we, as the Illuminati, Ruminati, Germanati, what are we again? Or the Ruminati? I don't even know what we are. How will we decide the future of the SNK license? Go ahead.
As most of you know, Arcade 1-Up made a pitch to secure the rights to Neo Geo titles in the home arcade space with their King of Fighters cabinet. Unfortunately, they were bested by a new upstart company called Unico. Unico has held this mantle for the past year, but the time is upon us to choose whether or not Unico loses said title, and it goes back to Arcade 1-Up, the promised land.
What about you, Restalgia? Who should get the SNK license?
I think it's pretty obvious here that Arcade 1-Up. All hail. All hail.
What about you, Carl?
Well played for me, baby.
You think Well Played should get it? Scarpad gave us a $2 super chat. Initiates, because that's right, all you viewers right now are initiates right now. All of you guys are going to vote on who gets the SNK license. Is it going to be Arcade 1-Up? Is it going to be iArcade? Is it going to be At Games or any random AliExpress product? Make sure you put your votes in the live chat poll so we, as the Ruminati, can decide the future of the SNK license. You know what's really cool about this, Mike? Is that the guy who made the Illuminati video actually thinks this stuff is actually happening. So it's actually kind of fun to pretend that it is, isn't it?
Shut up, Patrick. You have been exposed.
Oh, no! Luckily, I got my gavel. Without my gavel, I'd have nothing.
It's so small.
Let's see who gets it. Meatball
Carl,
says he's not voting. No vote. He doesn't want anyone to get it.
Carl, did you just make that background in like MS Paint? What is that, a
Yeah.
Dorito?
Look at Carl. Is that a custom? Look at this. Look at this custom background. And don't worry, guys.
That's my,
we're not doing this the entire episode. Just for a couple more minutes. All right, keep going. What kind of hazing should we expect? $2 from Hobby Hands. Oh, well, we're not really.
The lashing of the naked asses.
We got 90 votes. We're going to give it 10 more seconds for all our initiates who are trying to join the Ruminati order to cast their votes and decide. Also, all of our awesome, amazing Ruminati channel members, do me a favor. Let me see some red triangles in the live chat. You guys got a special custom emoji. Throw that bad boy in there and let's see it. Let people know what you're a member of. Nice job, Nostalgia. I like the way you do this. All right, here we go. We're going to end the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? The Ruminati has voted 46% that Arcade 1-Up gets. They get the SNK license. 30% for iArcade, 17% for any random AliExpress product, only 6% for At Games. I thought AliExpress would come in last. That's kind of funny. Oh, yeah, look at those red triangles. Absolutely love it. All right. So it is written, so it shall be. Arcade 1-Up gets the SNK license. All right. Now, Michael B., for our next poll deciding the future of the home arcades. Arcade 1-Up has now, what's the word, saturated us with versions of their Arcade 1-Up cabinets. Do we feel there should be another version, and what should it be?
I believe it is only sensible for us to go outside the box, look at creating something new, something the fans will clamor for, something that will engage our core audience, the casuals. I believe we should do a new Pac-Man cabinet in a new size, maybe.
Ooh, what size would that be? We already have countercades, partycades. What else do we have? We have 3/4 scale. We have XL premiums. We got babycades. What else could it be, Mike?
We have tried everything except for oversized. It's time for us to come with the jumbo cab. You can now buy a 16-foot Pac-Man for your own house. Arcade 1-Up Jumbo.
And don't forget about the bastard size Pac-Man that Retro Rev abused. A lot of Pac-Mans out there.
It is time for the initiates in the Ruminati to cast their votes on the future of home arcades. What is the name or the next style of Arcade 1-Up cabinets? Will it be Gigantor, Extreme, Big Boy, or Jumbo?
Big Boy's
Mike,
really good. Big Boy's really
Big Boy's
good.
Mike,
good, yeah.
Michael B likes Jumbo. Make sure you guys cast your votes. I voted for Big Boy as well. Get your arcade one up Big Boy cabinet, right? I mean, come on, they have so many, right? They have so many. All right, well, Restalgia, while that's coming in, what do you think, man? What do you think, bro? What do you think?
What do I think about what it should be called, or what do I think? Yeah.
Do they need to go They got to keep going bigger, baby. I mean, bigger is better, right?
I say micro. Little micro Pac-Man arcade cabinet.
Super Pac-Man.
Real micro.
Super Cabs. What about Super Cabs?
Look at Rainwater.
Doesn't fit on a keychain. It's not small enough.
Look at Rainwater.
And it needs to be fully functional.
Rainwater's a member of the Ruminati, and he's trying to deny it. He says that he was hacked, but he's part of what is that called, Mike?
No. We'll talk about that later. Don't bring that up yet.
Okay. All right. We don't want to bring that up yet.
That's a motion.
We don't want to bring that up yet.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. All right. Are we going to end the poll? Let's go ahead and end the poll, guys. And guess what? Let's take it. This one was pretty close. The initiates in the Super Game Roominati have voted that Big Boy is the name of the next arcade one-up style of cabinets, 34%. And Mike, you're saying these will be 16 feet tall arcade cabinets for our home arcades.
They're going to have to go on your lawn.
All right. Well, so it is said, so it is written. And to finalize it, let's get some red triangles in the live chat. That order of business has been handled. So, yeah, we're good there. We're good there.
Final order of business.
We have a final order of business?
Final order of business.
What is our final order?
Do you find this whole arcade one-up Illuminati stuff, it's a bit played, right? It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's leave that. I say that we disband the arcade one-up Illuminati and we form the iArcade inner circle.
You've been watching a lot of professional wrestling. Mike, I agree with you. I agree with you completely. But before we do that, guys, maybe you should pick up some merchandise.
That is the best promo video you have ever cut, ever. In the history of this podcast, it is the best one. Good job.
Makes me want to buy a t-shirt. Make sure you guys pick up your Super Game Roominati t-shirts. Link is in the video description below, plus a code where you can save 60.39% minus 50.39%. That's right. We're talking you can save 10% on these t-shirt sales using the discount code in the video description below. And man, Teespring messaged Restalgia. They said, please don't promote these shirts anymore because the printers are running out of ink. These things are selling like hotcakes.
But there's also something you guys don't know. Teespring usually sends these out themselves. Restalgia has a special deal. He actually sends these out himself. And if you're the 5th person, you might get lucky because I've got mail from him before with this in it as well. Every 5th package seems to have a nude from Restalgia. I don't know if it's accidental or on purpose, but if you're the 5th person to buy the shirt, you're going to see full frontal from Restalgia. Well, you won't actually see it because it's mostly covered up with his hair, but it's full frontal.
Michael Suda, $2 super chat, best promo ever. He bought his shirt, and he's recommending everyone pick one up. There you guys go. There you guys go. All right, so we have a lot of arcade and gaming news we want to talk about here, and we could do this Illuminati thing for an entire hour, but I think
we can't. That's enough of that forever.
Yeah, that would be a little bit difficult. That would be a little bit difficult. Hold on. Sorry. What's going on here? What do we got? Let's see here.
Uh-oh.
Here we go again. Hang on. Hello? Yeah. What's up? Look, I know you guys have an inner circle. Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Papa Brad is legit. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we love Mikey. Look, Rainwater, how much are you going to pay us to join the inner circle? Come on, Jeff. How much are you going to pay us? That's not enough. We just sold 38 t-shirts. All right, now we got to make one with a circle on it. All right. All right. Thanks, Rainwater. All right. All right, guys. So Rainwater Games has invited us to join the iArcade Inner Circle, guys. So
I screwed it up. I'm
oh,
sorry.
wait. That's your average gamer. We could let that go to voicemail. All right. So yeah, so we're gonna have to join the Inner Circle and all that kind of stuff. Look at Rainwater, turn off your camera when I call you. All right, guys, we want to talk about some arcade and gaming news, but hot off the presses, guys, we are all creaming our pants when we saw this today.
Please, help! Everyone's getting killed!
Nobody lives here alive.
The House of the Dead. I shall destroy everything.
Oh, man, I'm pumped. Mike, tell me how excited. Hell, you made a video about this today over on Michael B. the Game Genie's channel. How excited are you about this, man?
Super excited. And like I said in my video, like it's almost like my brain just blocked it out because apparently this was already out there. It was already news. People knew about it. But I just forgot about it. When I saw this today, I was like, holy shit, I am all in, 100% all in. Someone just asked in the chat, it best have Joy-Con controls. If you look, you'll notice that two of the, what is they called? The indicators, crosshairs are actually red and blue, and that stands for the Joy-Con. So yeah, it's got Joy-Con support. They said that they've basically made the experience as close as possible to using an actual gun. Hopefully someone comes up with some kind of gun convention that you can just stick your Joy-Con in and play it that way. But I am so freaking excited about this.
Yeah, I really hope we see somebody do that. I mean, there were a ton of, there was wasn't there a first party Wii gun? That's the one I have, right, Mike? The one downstairs, is that the first party Wii gun, or was that?
I just played with Link's crossbow training.
Yeah, I have Link's crossbow too, but there were also a lot of third party ones where you could stick the Wiimotes in there and have a gun, right? And I'm hoping there'll probably be third party people making these Joy-Con guns because it doesn't look like Nintendo Switches. They haven't officially announced one yet. But it looked pretty cool, man. I'm excited as long as I could get like a little accessory for that, I'm all in, man. I think this looks great. What about you, Carl? House of the Dead, man?
Man, that looked awesome. That trailer was hot. I'm looking forward. So it finally get me to hook my Switch up to the TV. And get off.
Yeah, you always play in handheld mode. You always play in handheld mode.
So that looks nice. I'm intrigued. March 31st, man. I'm pre-ordering.
Yeah, I'm all in, man. Day one buy for me. Restalgia, we'll get your opinion here, but real quick, Jeff Walsh, $5. Can I join the stop messing around and buy a real pinball machine Illuminati? You'll buy 10 t-shirts. Well, 10 t-shirts will buy you the legs of a pinball machine, but not the actual pinball machine, my friend. Restalgia, what do you think about this, man? Like, a lot of people have been clamoring for like Arcade 1-Up to do a House of the Dead cabinet, but we're gonna get like this whole new, remake game. Like, I'm more excited about this remake game than like if someone releases a cabinet of this game. You know what I mean? Like, I think this looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You could just do a Nintendo Wii mod and play House of the Dead on an Arcade 1-Up cabinet. You know what I mean? Like, they really need to
on the ALU. Hook it up to an ALU.
And on the Games Legends Ultimate, it's just a TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Restalgia, what do you think about this game? Go ahead, man.
No, I think it's awesome. I'm excited that they're doing the remake, and I don't know that I would even bother putting it into an arcade machine. I think I'm just going to enjoy it on the Switch, just play it the way it was designed to be played.
Yep. Vic Vicious, $2 super chat. Mike, this is all you. To what he wants to know about is Arcade 1-Up working on a metal slug cab. Fingers crossed. What is that all about, Mike?
Well, it's about the video I made there yesterday about Arcade 1-Up doing Neo Geo. The rumor is out there that apparently part of the Arcade 1-Up Illuminati's work was to block iArcade from releasing Metal Slug on the iArcade. So why would they block it if they weren't possibly doing something? I don't know. Like I said in my video, I don't know why Arcade 1-Up would want to do Neo Geo. Like, if you look at Arcade 1-Up's releases, they're usually really, really, mainstream appeal. And I love Neo Geo to death. But, I mean, that's more of a niche product. So I don't see if it fits their criteria. I can't say for sure. I would be very surprised if they made one. And if they did, it's to focus on the fighters and doing online fighting. So that's what I think Arcade 1-Up would do with Neo Geo titles.
Yeah, see, if you have the Mvsx, and that comes with 50 Neo Geo games, and Arcade 1-Up comes out with a Neo Geo cabinet, and what's the most they've ever done? 14 games on a cabinet?
14 now is going to be the most, yeah.
And that's tough, man. Like, especially if it has the same games as the Mvsx. Let's say you already own the Mvsx. You would only be buying it because those games would probably have Wi-Fi, online leaderboards, and if they do King of Fighters, maybe the ability for, the fighting one-on-one online, just like, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all that stuff. But that's really why you'd be getting that cabinet. But, I probably wouldn't get it because I'm pretty happy with my Mvsx. Like, I don't see the need.
It'd be a tough sell. I mean, for $569, you get the what do you call it, Mvsx.
Yeah.
Their Arcade 1-Up is $599 probably out the gate for 16 games at max. So I don't think it would make sense.
Well, there's lots of data points out there for people to look at now. Like, if they're focusing on the fighting games, I mean, I don't know if Arcade 1-Up and At Games communicate much, but I mean, if their people were willing to work together, At Games can provide some numbers on how some of the Neo Geo fighters, which are already on ArcadeNet, how they're doing, what the uptake is like, and try to get some interest if they're going to go down a fighter route. But I don't know. I just don't see it. I think that Scarlet Sprites, when I put my video out, said, I think Neo Geo has this one covered, Unico. And, I think it's true. I think by releasing the Mvsx, they've really created a very hard road for anybody else to try to release another Neo Geo product in the future.
Yeah, they will only have an opportunity if that cabinet's no longer available. Then obviously people will have to get what they can get if they're interested in that product brand. But today it's still on the market, so that makes it a tough sale for Arcade 1-Up.
Yeah.
Anyways, to go back to our question on House of the Dead, for many of you who don't know this, none of us really know what RESTALGIA does for a living or what he's involved with. But I'm kind of getting the impression that he might be some kind of hacker coder. So he might know about
a mysterious coder.
A mysterious coder. But there's a long-standing rumor with House of the Dead that Sega actually lost the source code to the game. And it's one of the reasons we never ever saw House of the Dead show up on like the Wii remake for House of the Dead 2 and 3. There was rumors that's why the Sega Saturn game sucked, is they lost it in the middle of making that one. So do you know anything about this? And is this playing a little bit into the interest of them finally making the remake?
Are you asking me?
Yes, if anybody would know, it's you.
I have the source code. It was stolen. I need to be careful about what I say because in Canada we don't have a statute of limitations. So I will leave the rest to your imagination.
Okay. No, but has anybody else heard that, or am I crazy?
You're crazy. But you may still also be right.
Yeah.
But you're still certainly crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh, God, I'm choking here, guys. Folks, let us know in the live chat. If you already own an Mvsx and Arcade 1-Up releases an SNK cabinet with probably 12 to 14 games max, which is the most they've ever put on their legacy cabinets and cocktail tables, would you pick up that cabinet? And I'm assuming the reason why you would pick it up is probably because of online, right? Like being able to play King of Fighters online with people, right? Things like that. And also Art of Fighting and all those games.
There's another comment, too, that I want to throw out there. Like, if you go back to that King of Fighters cab, I mean, that was ugly. It did a job of slightly imitating the original Big Red, but I mean, every single Neo Geo arcade game came on the Big Red. So, you're only going to make one Big Red. Arcade 1-Up, in order to do it with online play properly, would have to change their whole landscape. Like if Arcade 1-Up were going to do a Big Red, they'd kind of have to do it iArcade style, where it has a game store where you could add additional titles to it, because no one's going to buy a second Big Red. It's a one and done product. So if Arcade 1-Up does it, they have to figure out a different way to monetize all the titles.
Oh, that would be so dope if they came up with like a cartridge system.
Oh, right? Yeah.
And then you could buy cartridges with different games on it and just swap the cartridge. That would be awesome. That would 100% make the Mvsx way less appealing. That would be amazing.
That's kind of true, yeah. Oh my God!
Yeah, and it would be a good transition from classic arcade to the console world too, when people are familiar with the cartridges and love to be able to collect those. So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it would be a tough sell for me, but I mean, online and leaderboards is always cool. You know what I mean? But I really like my Mvsx. Like, I really like that cabinet, especially with that beautiful high-low hack on it.
I've never seen you play it, so I'm not sure.
What are you talking about? There's an entire playlist on my channel for the Mvsx.
Nostalgia,
by the way,
Nostalgia thinks the Mvsx has really bad sound, but it's only because one of the speakers wasn't hooked up.
That's what happens when you get the review. They're like, you can't open it, and then you find out that
the audio jack wasn't pushed all the way in.
No. One of the speaker wires was actually disconnected from the speaker, because I was like, the audio sucks on this thing.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Reset Rudy says he has a ton of cartridges already. It looks like a lot of people are interested in that cartridge idea. It will be virtual cartridges. Look at 19K Fox. Only 4 to 6 slots available at a given time.
I love that concept, but Arcade 1-Up really would have to think outside the box if they were going to do Neo Geo. To do it right, they have to do something more like an iArcade base, or figure out. I mean, just in the additional games added to the system, you can't do a Metal Slug cabinet. I'm sure there'd be a limited number of people who buy it, but again, it's getting away from the nostalgia of the real product.
I agree. I agree with Mike, but I know you're going to tell us we're wrong. But then again, Nostalgia, thank you for creating the high-low hack. We greatly appreciate it.
I had absolutely nothing to do with that. I played around with it a little bit and added a bunch of games, but I did not develop that code.
You're at least helping to preserve it.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, what happened with Arcade 1-Up today with Dragon's Lair, man? A little bit of news hit the streets. What's that all about, man?
So yeah, weird day. Dragon Lair disappeared this morning from the Arcade 1-Up Facebook website, and like people were all over Facebook. People were messaging me. They were like, "Make a video about it," and I was like, "Maybe." But people were so terrified that Arcade 1-Up had canceled Dragon's Lair, because we've been waiting forever. Like, people had started to think that this thing was never coming out. It was like the Veer showing up to Raw. It's not happening. So it disappeared off the website. People were crazy. They even talked about Arcade 1-Up going out of business. But it looked like Arcade 1-Up was also doing some maintenance with their website at the time. They had changed around some classifications of their cabinets, how you could look them up. And then this showed up again later with an official pre-order date, which is the first time we've seen it. Coming soon, pre-orders are open in June. So it looks like Dragon's Lair is finally going to be available for pre-order when the next wave of cabinets gets announced at E3, if I'm guessing correctly.
Yep. Real quick, Mike, Stringer Films, $5. Arcade 1-Up just announced it will no longer be supplying replacement parts, including PCBs, control panels, or deck protectors to Russia.
Do we live in Russia? No. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, but I don't even know if Arcade 1-Up services Russia in the first place. Do they sell there?
I don't even know. I will say though, I did saw after this started trending on the good old interwebs, I saw Cool Toy posted a pretty heated tweet, and community post, because obviously the picture they're using, guys, is that same picture they showed us eons ago with someone's crappy ass, Cricket cell phone plugged in between the speakers here, right? Not the actual alphanumeric displays, right? And what's interesting is supposedly Arcade One Up confirmed in the past. I don't remember where it was. When did John D confirm that this thing would actually have real alphanumeric displays, Mike?
Right here on the Super Game Room News channel.
That was on our show?
No,
he's never been on our show.
Yes, he was. He was on for the Shaq episode.
Oh yeah, but he was just in the background.
So he came on my stream for my birthday, and he mentioned it then because I asked him about it. But I think he might have also mentioned it on a tell-all on Weekly Retro Party before that. So I'm not going to take credit for it. Might have been on Weekly Retro Party, but we did have the conversation, and he did say that they have sourced alphanumeric screens, and it will have the appropriate screen in the cabinet when it comes out. They're going to do it right.
Yeah. But, Cool Toy made a great point. He goes, why the hell, when they put this stuff up, do they never check their listings? Their websites are always got errors, wrong photos, bad information in the descriptions, or the wrong information. Cool Toy had a good point. I agree with Cool Toy.
It's a completely good point. It's frustrating, but I mean, it seems like this is a smaller company than I think some of us really think. And I don't know how many people they have working in their marketing department. I don't know if they have proofreaders, but there's always stuff going out to even retailers with the wrong information on it. People bought that Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 cabinet because they thought it came with base ass Mortal Kombat 3 and it didn't come with it. How does that happen? So I think it's a product of them having a smaller team than we think they do, and just accidents happen like this. Every company has them. But you expect a company with the air about them of Arcade One Up to be a little more polished.
Baby steps. They're taking baby steps.
That's what I told Cool Toy.
I must say, with the Legacy Atari and with the Big Blue, the way they've upgraded their packaging and the way they secure these things with the foam. I mean, I've not had any damage with those cabinets. I mean, speakers sucked in the Big Blue, but the way they evolved from Gen 1 to now, they've really improved the cabinets so they come without problems. So I'm glad for that. I didn't get an upside down marquee anymore.
Maybe I'm the only person who doesn't think it's that big of a deal.
This thing on?
No, it's not.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. At the end of the day, I don't think having the wrong photo up there is going to change their sales. I don't think it's going to impact whether or not people are going to buy the product. And I'm pretty sure or on their website and their terms of service, and they probably have some sort of a disclaimer that says that any photo or description of a product is subject to change prior to release. So
what a company answer. Company man.
I'm not a company anything. I'm just saying it how it is.
No, I know you're right, but I think why Cool Toy is pointing out is it was such a sore spot with the community. You would think that if you're going to relaunch this cabinet on your site, you might clear it up. I think I know it's something with him where he was really focused on it. He was like, you cannot release this cabinet with this scoreboard.
Hey, PDUBS, put up a Kev Gret's response there.
You know what they should do? They should get one of those old school flip chart scoreboards. Yeah. Get rid of the screen altogether.
Flip chart,
even on an old school football field where you have to take the number down and flip it up and then put it back up. I think that's what they need to do. I think the screens. Let's go old school.
I think they need one of those dartboard ones that you got to put your finger in. You're going to lose your finger at any point. The solid steel ones.
I want to address this with Kev Gret. Kev Gret, I'm simply talking about the shipping of the product. Now, the products, like I said, the speakers suck. You brought out some other issues that they've shifted all the people to make sure the cabinet gets to you not broken and put all the quality control there. Now we just got to ship some of those people back over to the electronic side to make sure they come out correct.
So earlier, console kits, Justin brought up a good comment. A couple other people brought it up too. More than likely, the website management is outsourced. So Arcade One Up, I apologize for accusing you to have a smaller team. Maybe stop using GoDaddy and go with a more professional firm.
GoDaddy's excellent, Mike.
I don't know. I've used Host Pop-Up before, and I would say stop using them and go with a more professional firm.
All right. Oop. All right, so I'm going to put a poll in the live chat, guys. I'm really curious about this. I would greatly appreciate if as many viewers as possible. We have 225 people watching us. As always, guys, we greatly appreciate your support. But this is something that I'm very interested in. So the poll is, are you interested in Arcade One Up Dragon's Lair? Now, there's a simple yes or no. Like, yes, I'm interested in it. Or no, I have no interest in these games or this cabinet. But then again, there's two other options on there. And think about it before you answer. No, because I already have the iArcade version of Dragon's Lair, so I'm not going to go buy, the Arcade One Up version, right? Or yes, I have the iArcade version of Dragon's Lair like I do back there, but I'm still going to go buy the Arcade One Up version because it's more, the form factor original, right? So 4 options. If you guys could take that poll, I definitely would love to get that feedback on whether or not how you guys feel about Arcade One Up coming out with Dragon's Lair. It's kind of funny that Arcade One Up is kind of second to the market with this artwork on a cabinet, but then again, the iArcade is more of a custom artwork design and custom shape.
I'd be careful.
Different products.
It doesn't look like the original, you know what I mean?
I'd be careful saying that. You were like second to the market with this artwork. They are second because what was it? Replicate came out with it first. That's where you get your first.
Well, I'm talking I'm talking 3/4, not the.
Yeah, but what drag? I said this in my video, which I don't think you watched because. I knew as soon as I talked about Arcade One Up coming out with Dragon's Lair, you were going to have everybody come into the fold saying, "Why would I get that? I could just play it on iArcade." And I think people don't understand the mentality of people who like Arcade One Up. We don't just buy it because we can play the game, because there's a million different ways to play the game. A million different ways. You buy it because it recreates the cabinet art. It recreates the experience of the original arcade. It's more than just playing it. So for the people that say, well, I can just play it on something else, we're aware. We're not stupid. We're not spending $700 because we think it's the only way to play it. We're doing it because we also want to recreate the look, the feel, the whole, like having that piece of furniture in your house. That's why.
What about us that hated the original?
Then you don't buy it.
Dragon's Lair.
I mean, just play it on iArcade.
I've never been a fan of it. I mean, it was just never something I could get into. I could never remember the moves to go, and I always die, and just wasn't worth putting any quarters in. And I don't play it much on my iArcade, but I've always thought it was, the graphic wise and the concept, it was pretty sweet. It's just a game I can never get into, so I definitely wouldn't buy it. I don't play it on the one I do have.
Yeah. So looking at the poll, I said, are you interested in Arcade One Up Dragon's Lair? 44% said no, they're just not interested in Arcade One Up Dragon's Lair. 28% said no because they have an iArcade Dragon's Lair, which is probably the reason why they don't want an Arcade One Up version. 20% said yes. And then here's what's interesting. 5% said, yes, I have an iArcade Dragon's Lair, but I'm still interested in the Arcade One Up version, right? So very interesting, guys. Thanks so much for taking that poll. That kind of tells a really good story there on where people are at with this cabinet, at least from that small sample size of viewers.
Yeah, can I say something else about this? John D talked about it with Dragon's Lair. It was the fact that iArcade got there first of releasing it on a 3/4 scale product. It almost caused this not to happen, because remember that really stupid looking Dragon's Lair that looked like the old swan necked Arcade One Up? I think they were originally going to release that cabinet. That was the plan. But then when iArcade released Dragon's Lair, they knew that would take away a large share of the market of people who would buy it. That's why it took so much longer for it to come out. And I think that, like the conversation we had with the Neo Geo, it does deflate the market of people they could possibly sell to. So it affects whether or not they'd sell the cabinet in the future. Maybe that's why it's taken so long with Dragon's Lair, because it's a bit of a more riskier proposition where people already have options in this space.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, because then it forces Arcade One Up to go back and actually put out a not shit product.
Yeah, that's a good thing, 100%. But it also creates a space where it may not come out. So if you look at other stuff that other people have released and you say, man, I hope Arcade 1-Up does this as a dedicated cab one day, maybe it won't happen. Like, I'll give an example, Zookeeper. We can play that on the Legends Ultimate. It's one of the stock games. So maybe that would affect Zookeeper coming out on an Arcade 1-Up one day. Probably a bad example. I think I might be the only person crazy about Zookeeper.
I'm not the world's biggest Zookeeper fan, but I love Bubble Bobble. I love Bubble Bobble. That game is so much fun. So it's that old argument that we always have with these companies, right? Arcade 1-Up appeals to people who want to emulate and have, like, I don't want to buy the real arcades, but I want to have something that's almost like the real arcade, that's smaller, easier to move, cheaper in my house, right? And then iArcade, AtGames, all these other companies, these are multicades, right? They just happen to have a version of their multicade that has some Dragon's Lair artwork on it, which honestly, I think it looks great. I love having it. I mean, that thing sparkles. You know what I mean? The artwork is great on the iArcade version. But either way, I mean, it's what you're looking for, and I love seeing all the mixed responses in the live chat. Some people are like, I want it, I like it, I like the art as much as playing the games, right? Some people are like, I just want to play the game and I have access to it. Yeah.
And there's no wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer. Guys, you are all correct. Every single one of you are correct.
Except for Restalgia.
There is no wrong answer, right? So, oh my God, I'm buying it for Daphne. Vic Vicious gave us a $5 super chat. I want a 1-Up original design Dragon's Lair purely for nostalgia, not that crappy orange cab. Oh man, come on. I like my crappy orange cab. Don't say that. But I respect your opinion because let's be honest, guys, this will look really cool in your game room. I mean, think about it. I mean, this will look really, really cool, especially if it's got this the curved marquee and all that kinds of stuff, the original shape of the cabinet. Look at the control panel artwork. I mean, this thing is going to look really cool, which is why a lot of people are.
Well, I have to disagree only to say that it will look better as an XL cabinet as opposed to the 2-piece cabinet. So I would prefer it to be an XL cabinet if they're going to come out.
You want this as an XL?
Yes, sir.
So a lot of people mentioned that in the responses to my video. And what I will say is if you go look at that post, PDUBS, if you can bring it up again, you go down into specifications, they've removed all the specifications. So there may be some more changes with this. This cabinet might be a little bit taller. There might be some other changes as well. Everything's gone because all it lists now is the games. So we don't have any hard information. So it could be more of a change than just the alphanumeric screen.
Oh, so what if the reason they left the old picture up is they're not ready to show the new picture that this is actually a big boy 16-foot tall arcade 1-Up cabinet for your garage.
It can be your garage. Just park inside.
That's a good theory, man. That's a good theory.
On the flip side, it could be their first micro arcade with 2 tiny little screens.
Constant Fanboy says, just make everything. Should they do that, guys? Should they drop the 3/4 scale and just go XL? No.
Some people will be happy, but there's also a vast majority of people out there that have built 3/4 scale arcades in their home that want to keep adding to that in the 3/4 size. So that would be a little bit devastating to them that they can't get new titles that matches what they already have. So I think Arcade 1-Up is doing the right thing by doing a variety of different options to fit the buyer on what they're willing to do. Like they make, an ugly ass clot Street Fighter cabinet, and some crazy people like that. No offense, Bobby Boo, I'm sorry. And then they make like an ugly ass NBA Jam Shack edition that doesn't have the original art on the side. Some people might like that. Who knows? There's options out there for everybody.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is if they get rid of if they drop the 3/4 scale line completely, right, and they're just going XL, which is bigger than what they call the 3/4 scale,
they're going to lose 80% of their customer base.
The prices go up even higher on those, right? The only thing I like now is the fact that Arcade 1-Up technically has a cabinet for you, depending on your price point, right? They have the countercades, they have the partycades, they have the 3/4 scale cabinets, and the price goes up for each. You got the XL cabinets, and then the Pro Series cabinets are the most expensive. And it seems like a lot of these cabinets will be released in all of these form factors. There's an NBA Jam countercade, and there's the 3/4 scaled and the XL. Who knows? Watch they do an NBA Jam Pro Series in the future. And it's like, if you don't want to spend $1,000, get the $600 version. You don't want to spend $600 version, buy the $200 countercade. You know what I mean? Like, they're giving consumers options. If they get rid of that 3/4 scale, like, I'll be honest, guys, I don't want to pay Arcade One Up $800 every single time I want to buy an arcade cabinet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do it. I mean, 500 is tough enough. I'm still like getting over that, you know, and trying to justify it and selling other cabinets and taking part of that money to pay for the difference. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they should get rid of the 3/4 scale, but let me know, guys, should they get rid of that completely and just go XL? What do you think, Carl? Should it? Should
Well, I mean,
XL?
there's some people who don't even want the risers. They want the small. They want to sit down at the cabinet. You know, they want their kids to be able to walk up to it and play it. So, you know, I would like certain cabinets in XL, but there's a lot of their customers that like the options of having the riser and not having the riser. So I think they're gonna have to see what the market dictates.
Yeah, see, I disagree. I think they need to get rid of the XLs altogether. They need to dump the 3/4 scale market altogether, and they need to go straight into micro arcades and little tiny arcades. That's where they need to invest all of their money, in the little teeny little arcades.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and teeny arcades.
I was about to say that this is the same dude that was like, "Baby Cades are the future."
They are.
1 year later.
So let me ask you something. Do you guys think the Baby Cades were successful for Arcade One Up?
I know they weren't.
You say yes. You say yes. You say no. Why do you say yes, and why do you say no?
So I would say yes, because I think that they are a very easy sell to a lot of like the general population. The problem I think that came in was like at their price point. What was it, $279?
Yeah. So
that was the problem. That was, if they had priced that at $199, $179, or $149, those things would have flown. They'd be gone.
So RESTALGIA, smart dude, and that's what I heard as well. The original intention was to sell them at a very specific price point. Unfortunately, due to the global economy, and as much as everybody says it's bullshit, they had to raise the price more than wanted for this product, and it tanked the product because the product really needed to be here, but they had to sell it here because of their margins or whatever, the way their economy works inside, and it killed the product, this price point.
We got a $5 super chat from Console Fanboy. What if the 3/4 scale is just a stepping stone to what they wanted to do all along? The XL, plus it's closer to the real thing, which is the goal. So is that the evolution of this company? Just moving bigger, bigger, bigger? I mean, we did complain for years that their stuff was too small. My worry is, if you guys saw, and a huge shout out, make sure you guys check out Kongs R Us when, you know, and also our Super Game Roominati show where the NBA Jam XL was revealed. That thing looked pretty big compared to the standard NBA Jam.
Yeah, I've seen
it looked. I know, but it looked. And here's my worry: is if I have room, let's say you have a dedicated space, and you're like, I know I can fit 12 3/4 scale arcade 1-ups in that space. What happens if that goes down to like I can only fit 8 XL cabinets? You know what I mean? Like, bigger takes up more room, guys. You know what I mean?
I say what I always say: they are not marketing to the people that's got 8 cabinets.
I know
they rather everybody have one cabinet. They rather everybody have one cabinet than 20,000 people have, 8 cabinets. So they're trying to get one cabinet into everybody's house at least.
MG goes 8. MG goes 8. You'll live, but that's the point. See, a lot of us in this community, like people watching the show, like we're super fans, right? We have these arcades all over our homes, right? Like Detroit Love said, the casual owner might only have 1 or 2 arcade 1-ups, and that might be their entire home arcade collection, right? All right. I don't want to. That's ridiculous.
There's a comment here I just wanted to get back to. I don't understand what he means by poverty versions, but I think what he means there is they're not offering their low value, good value arcades anymore. And that's not true because they still are, just not in every model. So Simpsons came out and Simpsons didn't have a $2.99 version, but that doesn't mean they're not still doing the $2.99 versions. I think it's slightly more expensive now, but it's in the more base cabs. So for the legacy cabs, you're going to see the $2.99, I think it might be $3.49 version that doesn't come with a lit marquee and doesn't come with a riser. That's still going to happen. We've saw it with the last string of cabs, that Pac-Man 40th anniversary wood grain Miss Pac-Man. That came out in a $2.99 version with a not lit marquee and no riser. And X-Men versus Street Fighter also came out in a Kano version that had a regular marquee and didn't have a riser. So they're still going to have they're still going to cater to different people in the 3/4 scale. It's just not every cabinet, unfortunately. I don't think they can.
Excellent point, Mike. And Reset Rudy, he makes a good point too, which is kind of what I said as well. If you have one cab, you're probably not watching the show. You know what I mean? Casual owners.
Do any of you four have the partycade at all?
I don't have a single arcade one-up partycade. I have like six. I have like 6 countercades, but no partycades.
You got one?
I got one. I got my first countercade there the other day.
What's that?
One.
Yeah. The Miss Pac-Man one, right?
Miss Pac-Man. It's got King of Balloon on it. Whew, that is a piece of shit. Anyways, the screen's not very good. So, well, yeah, I got a countercade.
You mean partycade?
You know why I don't have any partycades? I have no place like on the wall to hang them. It's like, where would I hang it? You know what I mean? Like that was my issue. Because the one that I really wanted to get was the one that everyone said was amazing. They all said that Defender partycade was like amazing. Like you must buy this cabinet, right? And I really wanted to get it, but I have like no place to put it. None. Go ahead.
If it was available here in Canada, I'd have a Defender partycade on the door to my arcade right now.
Scarpad's $2 super chat. I need a size I can play and sleep in at night. Well, Restalgia, you want to tell him about those micro consoles? Those will fit in the bed with him, right?
You can't sleep in that. But
I'm sorry. I thought he meant like he needed a size to play with at night, like in bed, and that's
one that vibrates.
All right, I missed it. He wants to sleep. He actually wants to sleep in the arcade. That's kind of weird, but we're gonna keep moving on.
That'll be the jumbo. The jumbo he can sleep in.
So, guys, I was actually at the Arcade 1-Up investor meeting where they were showcasing new products, and they did show off the Arcade 1-Up micro arcades. And John D came in the room and said, "What is this? An Arcade 1-Up for ants?"
I love that Zoolander. That's such a good movie. Reset Rudy says he sold his countercade. Console Fanboy likes it when Mike cusses. Our monetization does not. But then again, I dropped an F-bomb last week. That just kind of came out. David Gilbert, $5. I would prefer if everything was SL, but it's mainly because he wants the larger screen. He wants those 19-inch screens. But then again, my friend, they could fit a 19-inch screen inside of the 3/4 scale cabinets. I mean, if they just bought, let's just say they bought 20,000 19-inch monitors, they could start sticking those in the 3/4 scale cabinets, right? Like we've all proven. I mean, you know what? You know who does it the best? Big shout out to Mad Dad's Gaming, because every arcade cabinet he gets, he throws that 20-inch monitor in there, and he's proven time and time again that a 20-inch monitor fits inside of an arcade 1-Up cabinet. Make sure you guys subscribe to Mad Dad's Gaming and check out all his videos on that. But they could easily just start sticking the 19-inch in the other ones, in my opinion. Restalgia, do you disagree?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because it's too expensive.
Aw, come on, man.
Well, and if they started giving everyone 19-inch screens inside of a 3/4 scale, why would anyone buy the Pro versions? It'd be cheaper to buy a 3/4 inch, like the 3/4 scale machines, and then to upgrade the buttons.
Okay.
I'm still thinking 3/4 inches because that's how big I want the tiny arcade to be. 3/4 of an inch big. It's a measurement I'm all too familiar with.
All right. So speaking of micro arcades, I'm going to change the subject here real quick. But so this week on YouTube, we're now seeing those reviews for the Taito Egret 2, right? The mini console. And I have to say, it looks pretty awesome, right? It looks pretty awesome, but it's like 400 and like if you want to get the whole package with all the controllers, it's like $445. Oh my god, I can't do it, man. Mike and I were talking earlier today on the phone, and I was telling Mike, I said, Mike, I think this is the first micro arcade that I'm gonna skip because I as awesome as it looks, that's a lot of money. $445 for that. But the reviews all make it look pretty cool, man. Do you guys like what you saw on the internet about the Egret? Let us know. Mike, what do you think, man? Do you think I should just give in to FOMO and spend the money? You only live once?
No, not with this one. I mean, this is more dash shit. If it's something you think you'll play, I mean, you got to really question your value at that 445. Like, it's cool that they do the rotating screen and it's the correct screen for the games that they're playing. It is, but at the same time, $445, you're almost there for your Steam Deck purchase. Like, think about that, man.
That's true. Yes, that is true. Oh man, I can't wait for the Steam Deck. Did you order one yet, Mike?
I did. Yeah, I put my reservation in. I'm getting the same one you got, the big boy.
No, I got the 256.
Oh, I went up.
512.
Yeah, I went 512 because it's got that. What is it? The etch screen that really sold me.
All right. So, well, like I tell my wife all the time, Mike, size doesn't matter. So I'm not worried about you having twice as much memory as me. So, but yeah, Steam Deck.
I have a question about the Steam Deck. Will I be able to play all my current games, or I have to buy new games to play on it?
You just take them.
Steam, you just download it.
And not only that, it uses cloud game saving. So that's what I love about it, because I can be up here. I'm going to be having a new baby, so I'll be downstairs a lot. So I can just take my game that I've been playing on my PC, go down and just pick up where I left off on my Steam Deck down on the couch.
Yeah. Everyone gets excited when we start talking about the Steam Deck.
Awfully long. Goodness gracious.
That's what she said.
The Steam Deck?
Yeah.
It's you know why? It's because your hands and elbows are locked from playing 380 hours of.
I got to see the doctor about this.
What is the name of the golf game? 2K Golf.
I can't remember.
Every time I turn on my Switch,
PGA Tour 2K Golf.
I took off like a week or two. What you guys
I don't know, man. Every time I turn on my Switch, I just see Detroit.
He's always playing the golf game.
He's always playing golf.
And what's funny is when you click on someone's profile on the Switch, it tells you like how many hours they've played a game, right? And you know, like I've played that game maybe 20, 25 hours, and I enjoy it. But when I look at him, he's like 380 hours.
You're lying, PDUBS. You're lying.
380 hours.
No, PDUBS. PDUBS is 100% serious because I see it too. And it's like the weirdest times. I talked to you about this. Like I logged into my Switch at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to get up early one day, which is like 6:30 where you're to, and you're playing PGA at that hour.
It must wake up on that screen or something. Bump the bed or something.
Yeah. Oh, Jason's talking about the Playdate, which is that little yellow handheld with the hand crank on it. I made a video about that when that got announced, but then I completely lost interest. I have no interest in that. But if you are, I'm happy for you, my friend. I'm happy for you. Yes, guys, if you're enjoying the podcast, do us a favor, give us a thumbs up. We greatly would appreciate it. And if you came in late, guys, make sure you pick up our new merchandise. We'll be right back. What was the big open eye face, Mike? What was that all about?
Oh, I can't talk about it. Something happened on SmackDown surprised me. That's all. I can't talk about it. I was looking at something in the background.
SmackDown? I know, Friday night SmackDown? Oh,
I'm in a wrestling points pool, kind of like a hockey or football pool, and I had Sami Zayn, and he lost the Intercontinental title tonight, so I'm kind of bummed. That would have been 5 points.
Yeah, I used to like Sami Zayn, but like the new Sami Zayn character, I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of it.
The boys are just collecting paychecks at this point. They're working easier. Like Sami Zayn doesn't get brainbustered on the top of the turnbuckle anymore, and still gets more money. So I think this is their retirement. Him and Kevin Owens.
By the way, guys, I like the voiceover. It's a mix between Mark Hamill's Joker and Palpatine. So a lot of people, T-Roll, our puppet for my podcast on my channel. That is the new voice of T-Roll. It took a while to find it, guys. We tried a lot of things, but that is T-Roll's voice. So T-Roll narrated that for everybody. Mike, what else is going on in the world of gaming? that I can't remember off the top of my head. I need your help, man. What else did we forget to touch on?
iArcade had a couple new releases today.
Oh, yes, iArcade. Go ahead. Keep going.
So it was really interesting. Mike Caputo, MCAP, threw a post up early today that Tiger Heli and I can't remember the other one, Economy Soccer or something, Evolve Soccer, went up in the store. I don't like the soccer game, obviously. So anyways, Tiger Heli went up, and I was really excited. So I went to the store to take a look for it, and it was down. So I wrote John. I was like, what's going on, man? Anyways, there was a bug, so they put it back up, and also Montezuma's Revenge.
Yeah, Montezuma's Revenge is out, and some folks are pretty excited about it. Like, this game doesn't really tickle my fancy, but here, let's throw it up on the screen for folks. I know Jong and the team there are very excited that Montezuma's Revenge has made its way to the iArcade. I'm not really excited about this one myself, but if you are, let us know in the live chat. Mike, what about you? Is this kind of your speed after all those NES games you've played over the years? I mean, this really looks like a Nintendo game, doesn't it?
I'd have to do some research on this because I can't remember now off the top of my head. I think it's an Atari game, isn't it?
This looks like an old DOS game, man.
Yeah, it's an old Atari DOS,
a Windows 3.0 game.
But hey, it's only
3.1.
Yeah, they got a great point though. It's only $3.
I think wasn't it an Atari 5200 game?
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember now.
I don't know. I missed the boat on this one, man. I have no nostalgia.
Yeah, Atari 5200. There it is.
Yeah.
So it's a 5200 game, slightly better graphics than the original 2600. I'm not that familiar with it. Like, I always question console games, especially old console games, on a modern platformer, modern thing like this. But it's $3. I mean,
look, you just like Dragon. What is it? Dragon Boy. What is it? Wonder Boy. Just like Wonder Boy.
Ooh, I didn't know this. I didn't get a chance to watch Game Days, but if you can switch to the modern version, that's actually really cool.
Just like Wonder Boy. Yeah. All right. Well, this makes it cooler and shit. $3. All right.
Yeah.
I might play it like this though, not like the older style.
Oh yeah.
I want Duke Nukem, the original. That's what I want.
That's actually pretty cool.
I want Commander Keen.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I want Jungle. What's the Jungle? What's the one where you swinging on the vines? What was that?
Adventure.
Pitfall?
Adventure.
No, that's the one.
Are you talking about Jungle King?
Jungle King, yeah. Where you're jumping over the boulders, rolling down the hill, and you swinging from tree to tree. I like to have that with my pole position.
Pole position? If Arcade 1-Up came out with a pole position cabinet, Carl, are you going to pick that up?
I'll get it. Yeah.
Day one?
I need a driver.
Yeah. So, Carl, day one, here's some day one. So, Carl, you would get pole position day one. I would get Cubert day one. Mike, you would get Robotron day one.
2084. As long as it's a Robotron cabinet, because if they put that shit on a Smash TV cabinet, I ain't buying it.
What about you, Nostalgia? Is there an Arcade 1-Up that, like, if they put this out and made it look like the original arcade, like, what is your day one? I don't think you've ever told us.
There's two. I think I've mentioned it a few times. Cruising USA.
Cruising, okay.
And Crazy Taxi.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to say Marvel vs. Capcom too.
No. I love that game. I really do love that game, but I don't think I'd buy an arcade for it.
Yep.
You built your own arcade, though, for it.
Yeah.
All right. So we did have a lot of fun chatting about stuff tonight. Is there anything else? Oh, wait. They had two other games. They had Tiger Heli, Evolution Soccer. All those got released. Montezuma's Revenge. I actually like the fact that you could switch to modern.
I didn't know that.
I didn't. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What else, Mike? Because I feel like I forgot something.
There was so much. So also, At Games had a really good sale on a GameStop. Everybody's been talking about it all week.
Oh, yeah.
It was $99 for the Legends Gamer Pro, which I think is no longer available. I think they sold out of those, and that's a badass deal. Like, I know people like Buy Stuff Store out in Canada built a goddamn pinball table out of an At Games Legends Gamer Pro. That's what you can do with this thing, and it's only $100. Like, that's a crazy deal. Even just to have like one of those sticks that you hook up to your TV and can become a full arcade system. It's nuts. And then $49 for the At Games Legends Gamer Mini.
That's a steal.
I know. Like,
You can't
Go
even get
ahead.
like a low quality fight stick for that price, man. Like,
Yeah, and you can use this as a fight stick. Restalgia, I don't know if you know anything about how At Games products work, but you
No.
can just use this as a
Never
fight stick
heard of
on your
it.
computer, right?
yeah, you just USB connect it right to your computer, and
Yeah, so-
it gets registered as like an Xbox 360 controller.
And the controls are good ass. The buttons are good ass. Like, go pick this up for $50. You're crazy if you're not.
Yeah.
Like, think about people playing Fightcade. You could use this for Fightcade. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, I actually ordered another one for $50 because I plan on using it for a future giveaway on my channel. Can't pass up that deal. It's perfect for a giveaway, right? And then and guys, just sauce it up, man. Sauce it up.
That's an unreal deal. Unreal pricing.
And I want to do a shout out to Stefan Berger and Glenn's Retro Show. I mean, I put in my 4-way to 8-way automatic gate, the switcher, the restrictor gate. Man, I tell you, if you have a IRK and you have the old games like Kung Fu and Burkatime, which you guys like, when you got this mix of 8-way and 4-way games, if you got a CoinOps X on a ALU, or if you have definitely a Raspberry Pi into any of the arcade 1-ups, or even like Burkatime has the what's the Bad Dudes on it, where that's 8-way versus the all the other games are 4-way. That restrictor, man, is sweet as heck. I have been enjoying games that you could play before, but it never played right, and it just made the experience horrible. I've been enjoying my vertical like nothing else. So that's the one I put it in my Galaga. But for $34, man, I tell you, by the time you realize how much of value that is, they're going to be sold out. So I definitely recommend going on Amazon, getting that restrictor gate. I was willing to buy it last year when Stefan Berger was selling himself for like 50 something bucks plus like $25 shipping. And he was like, oh man, I just got in bed with the Thunder Stick. And so you just have to wait. And that was $34 in Amazon with free shipping. Man, that's a no-brainer. Pick up a couple of those things while they're available.
That's a great idea, Carl. That's a great idea. And speaking of which, Glenn's Retro Show is here. Everyone do me a favor, say hi to Glenn in the chat. We got a little bit of sad news for our retro gaming community this week.
Before the sad news, can I just mention something? Carl just said, get in bed with Thunderstick.
Yeah, that was on purpose.
He said that on purpose. Yeah, I know. We don't want to get in trouble with vibrator jokes, though. But we got a little bit of sad news in our retro gaming community this week. One of our favorite podcast shows, the Retro Buzz, is going on hiatus. It's off the air for now. Cool Toy's got the baby coming, so he's going to be busy. We got Stephen Haywood is going to be working hard on getting his hunting channel up and running, the Tech Buzz. And he's got a new hunting podcast show. Make sure you guys check that out. But also Glenn, though, and Glenn is still going to be broadcasting on Friday nights, guys, directly on Glenn's Retro Show channel. He's going to be kicking it old school. I caught a bit of his show earlier tonight while I was preparing for our show, and I enjoyed the discussion. So, guys, make sure you support Glenn. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Glenn. I've told this story before. Glenn was the first home arcade YouTube channel that I discovered. He's always been a good friend of mine. He's always been an inspiration, and he supports everybody. You know what I mean? Glenn is a good guy. And he makes awesome accessory products for arcades. So make sure you guys, before Super Game Room Dudes goes live on Friday nights, even though the Retro Buzz is off air, go watch Glenn's Retro Show, kicking it old school. Then come over here and watch the Super Game Room Dudes for your retro Friday night entertainment.
So I'll also throw it out there. I haven't talked to any of my co-hosts about this, but I think everybody would be pretty happy about this. Maybe if Glenn's not doing something sometime, we could have him come on our show sometimes, since he is awesome and we like spending time with him.
Yeah.
Maybe he would be a regular guest.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, do you want Glenn's Retro Show on the Super Game Room Dudes? Let us know in the live chat. Let us know. We've had Glenn on guest star on before, but we could have Glenn guest star a lot now. His Friday nights are free.
Well, he's got other things to do, like, with the ladies.
Yeah.
So another thing I want to say is I'm devastated by the news that the Retro Buzz is going out there. I mean, honestly, it's the first show I got into watching in this space regularly. It's definitely probably one of the best shows. Like, our show is shit, but their show was really good. Like, the people on our show are terrible, but their show had great hosts. So, I'm really going to I am going to miss the retro buzz. They had an awesome thing going there, and it's really sad that they're going to be going away for a while. The impression that I got was there's a chance they'll come back, so hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Glenn as well. Glenn, if you want me to come on the show at 7:00, just hit me up. I'll come on there. And I love Glenn because he's younger than me, but he looks older than me, so that makes me feel good.
Spin a wheel, and in all 4 spots, we'll just have Restalgia, right? On all 4 pegs. No, we're just kidding, Restalgia. We love you. We're so glad you're back after your hiatus as well. It's good to have the home team back together. But yeah, hey guys, we are at 1 hour and 18 minutes exactly. I think we've hit our peak, Mike. I think we've hit our peak. So do us a favor, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We tried having a lot of fun with this Illuminati stuff. We made fun of it, showed you how stupid and absurd it is, and all that kinds of stuff so we could drop it moving forward. But, pick up your T-shirts, though, because you never know. It might come back again. It might come back again in the future. If you enjoyed the podcast, do us a favor. Give us a thumbs up on the way out. All links to all 4 of our channels are below. Make sure you subscribe to all 4 hosts, as well as this channel. And Carl, whenever you're ready, send everybody on their way. And don't forget, the Illuminati's always watching. He always does this. He pretends he's frozen. You're not frozen, Carl. I know you're not frozen.
And until next time, we'll see you on the web. Thanks, guys.
We're watching.